Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Welcome to Team Angie. Happy Monday, Felice Lunas. How's it going, everyone? Come on to Ville. Today is December the 8th, 2025, and I'm team member Aaron Glenn. Welcome, team members. Peace and blessings. I also advocate for awareness. I'm a private personal consultant, and I put out positive vibes into the universe. By doing so, I read from my daily book of inspiration called Enjoying Peace in His Presence. Jesus Calling, written by Sarah Young. And like this, perfect fit. Instead, I design you to need me not only for daily bread, but also for fulfillment of deep yearnings. I carefully crafted your longings and feelings Philippians. Whoa. Philippians chapter 4, verse 19, and also the book of Colossians chapter 2, verse 2 through 3. And let this be a blessing to the readers and the hearers and the doers of his word. So this is pretty dope. It's pretty awesome. Neediness, right? It seems like once you're in a position, you have everything, you're highly successful, you don't need anything or anyone. Contrary to popular belief, that's the total opposite. Heavy is the crown, heavy is the head who wears the crown, meaning you're going to always need guidance, you're going to always need inspiration from time to time. Think about it like this, like those who motivate the world, where are their sources coming from? They need to be uplifted as well. Those who are teachers, they need to learn from somebody as well, and so forth and so on. Every night I go to sleep, I pray to God to cover my mind, denounce any declares, any decrees, any agreements. When you are in your sleep, you have dreams. Sometimes the stuff is so vivid, sometimes it's so fantasy like, but nevertheless, you're entertaining things in the spiritual realm. And if you're aware or unaware, that's when you're most valuable and more vulnerable to be used and attacked in the dream world. Some people like to send things your way. Um, Signs and symbols, right? And I always pray to God, like, guard my mind as I sleep. And what he do is he showed me stuff. I interpret dreams. I learned how a long time ago. I didn't even know that I knew how to do it. But anyway, I just had a weird dream too today. Well, last night, whatever, right? Before I wake for this 24 hours of Monday. And I was asleep for a while, so for a while I haven't dreamed. But the more closer I get to God by enjoying peace in His presence, spending time getting to know Him, reading my Word, and this is how I get to know God: reading His Word, seeing what is His mind like, and how I line up with His thoughts. If my thoughts are in agreements with His thoughts, or if they're in agreements with the world, basically. And I usually don't dream in color, but this time I did. It was two people I know. So with that being said, it's two other people that I know what this was about. But one of them had a gun, and I was walking with some people, and I already knew what was going to happen. The people that was next to me, they ended up getting shot or whatever. He had a red gun, which was kind of weird to me. I'm like, where you get that from? But I knew what he was on. Like I got real good discernment. I could feel what's going to happen. Like if I'm a fortune teller. But it was wild though. Like he do that, whatever. When I went through this school, this campus, or whatever like that. So basically, it was telling me, I got people that's familiar with me that's trying to stop what I got going on. And that was kind of heartbreaking. But at the end of the day, it's like it is what it is, right? God was basically showing me like he got his authorities because I saw the police and they was like, "Where he at?" or where she at, where they at, and they basically was protecting me. Like I didn't have to do nothing, but still at the same time, it was a weird dream. But certain parts of it was letting me know what was going on in my walking path, in my walking life, and it was basically letting me know like you got people that you cool with, that you think you cool with, but little do you know they on some other shit. Hold on, real quick. Hello, I'm doing well. I appreciate your call back. Oh, sure, we can chat for a bit. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, I've been practicing more and more lately. It's kind of right up my alley.
Perfect. And can you tell me a little bit about any experience you have with customer service?
Well, actually, I do digital marketing at the moment, and people are often asking me about my products and services and programs. And the more experience that I had was basically from clothing retail at City Trends and stuff like that. Yes, I'm pretty friendly. Sunday to Saturday, to be honest, I'm pretty open and trying to fulfill my hours with something positive. Yes, yes. No, everything's pretty self-explanatory. I'm familiar with this process and how it goes. I've seen people doing this before. I just never done it myself, but it's a nice opportunity. Can you wear a tie? Right. Okay. Do you have any other positions? I have somebody else who are interested. Oh, okay. Okay. Is this a cell phone? Okay. Well, only reason I don't want to give the information now because I have a I don't want to put out the information at this moment If that makes any sense, I have something going on where I don't want to expose their information. Okay. Okay. I have a late great sister, Angela. I had started a company after her name, Team Angie. Oh no, that's great. I appreciate the feedback. Yes, it's a perfect fit. It's exactly something that I can use. Not use, but something that I could benefit from and elevate. No, not at all. Yes. Okay. Right. Understandable. Oh yes, I have that. Should I wear it? Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. Only thing is, I'm sorry. Okay, 2:30 on the 11th. As far as documents, I have social, but I'm looking for my birth certificate and my I mean, I have an ID and stuff, but I'm looking for my social and my birth certificate. Is it a way that I can like show you copies or like something? I'm trying to figure that situation out at the moment. Okay. Right. Okay, that's nice to know. Okay, yeah, it's pretty up to date. I can bring that. Yes, that's correct. Okay, yes, it's pretty current. I use it a lot. No, Angela, I appreciate this call. It's very informative. I pretty much um like the way you explain everything. I understand. Thank you, Angela. You have a nice day as well. Bye. All right, I had to answer that. My bad, y'all. It's about this paper, I, if you don't know or if you do know, I'll bring a little information about my background and whatever, right? So, Team Angie LLC is an honor and dedication of my late great sister who passed away 2 days ago, about 13 years ago, December the 6th. Um, it was about like I used to work at the YMCA, Kenosha, Wisconsin. I was doing maintenance basically, cleaning and stuff like that. And I get home from work tired. I go to sleep. I used to work early in the morning. Every morning I see the sunrise over the lake. It was beautiful. Early in the day, and I see my little sister Angela, the one I'm talking about. She'd be doing work on the computer, so it'd be me and her up in the morning. And I don't really remember too much about that day, but when I came home, I fell into a deep sleep. It's like the whole house was asleep. Um, I just remember while I was sleeping, I had the weirdest dream. I never dreamed this even again, but I was on the beach walking with Jesus, and it was like as pretty as the skies, the sunset, what I used to see every day on my way to work. But this time we were on the beach, and it's the same colors, everything. It was just peaceful, right? And it was just one set of footprints. So I was like, I guess God is going to carry me along the way, or whatever. It was weird. Then I wake up to commotions, and my sister is, uh, she's not responsive, is what they were saying. And I go see her, and it was wild. If you ever been traumatized to the point where reality just stops, where you just pause for a minute, you hear these bells in your ear. It's weird. It's kind of hard to explain, but when you come back to, you can really see and hear everything. It's like so much going on. Your reality is shook. You really can't process everything. So it's like you come about your whole senses for a bit. Only thing you hear is a buzz. If you ever had an ear test and you hear the little buzz, you hear that. And that's all that you hear. And then you like freeze up, you don't see anything, whatever, right? I just remember my little brother like, yo, 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 you know what I'm saying? Trying to snap me back into like, you need to call for help, whatever. Woo, woo. And I was just like, it's over with at this point. Like, ain't nothing that we could do. It was like, damn. But after that, I was grieving. I had so much hate in my heart, so much anger, and hurt people hurt people. I ended up hurting somebody else because the way that I was feeling, not being emotional intelligent, and just hurting, grieving. Caught my case. And the thing about bad habits, right? You could be doing something for as long as you want to be doing it. That don't mean that it's right until you get caught up and you have to answer to your consequences. But anyway, right? Bad habits, it don't matter if you think it's not. Eventually, you're going to suffer those consequences. Long story short, uh, I caught a case, went to trial, lost trial. This was my first time and only time. I caught three more cases after that. This was back in 2012. Um, I plead guilty the last two cases I had because I was guilty. I'm not finna sit here and play with you people like what y'all want to do with me. Let's go. Let's get it started, right? Anyway, it's been very hard ever since. And I caught that first case in 2012 in Wisconsin, and I caught two more cases in Michigan and Illinois. All felonies. One was the first one I did. I robbed somebody and beat his ass, took his shit. That was that. So that was a strong arm robbery. Also, battery. I had got two charges. I had a felony and a misdemeanor battery. And then the next case I caught was a drug possession, and I did the take K race on that one for like 2 years. And then when I got caught up, I was I had got sent back to Michigan because I was running different states. I got sent back, and then uh, I did the online court stuff because COVID around that time. So I did the Zoom court for my sentencing. Got sentenced December of 2020. No, December 22nd, 2020. And then the next couple of weeks, not even a month later, I had caught another case. And shit, I had got sentenced 2 years probation for the drug possession. And then while I was trying to do my probation, I caught another case not even a month later. I was locked up for that. I did 90 days for that. And when I got out, basically I had another warrant because I violated my probation. And I left the state, which I wasn't supposed to, but we talked about that. But I couldn't do nothing at the time, right? I was trying to get my paperwork, and it was like from Monday to Thursday, I was supposed to go meet up with my PO. I got locked up on a Tuesday. And then when that Thursday came, it was basically like, yeah, you weren't allowed to be leaving the state because I didn't get your paperwork because it was in my possession. So whatever, right? But I did send it. I faxed it off to the office, but the office was closed. So I'm like, whatever, right? Y'all got it, but it's not in your hands. So that was the thing about that. And then, so the good thing about this whole thing is when I caught this new case, they merged it with my old case, so I didn't have to run it concurrent. Meaning, you get done with this case and start trying to do this case. That was awesome, right? And because the same case had a extradition on it, meaning if I go anywhere, they can extradite me back, meaning they'll send me back, they'll come get you. Some cases not like that, like they ain't gonna extradite you. Like if you get caught somewhere else, they don't even care. The other state, like whatever, it ain't serious enough for us to come get you and you face your consequences type shit. And I didn't really know what that meant. I didn't know what was to it when I got caught. I asked the sheriff because I did the Zoom call then when I was in jail. I was in Pekin, Illinois, Tazewell County. They was like, the Michigan judge looking for you. They say her name was she looking for you. Is you the person that she looking for? You want to be extradited back? And then I'm looking at the sheriff like, what they talk about? I was like, what you think I should do? He was like, if you want to stay here, tell her nah. But if you want to get from over here and get a chance to get up out of here, you'll go tell her yeah and go deal with Michigan if you that person. So I was like, bet yeah, I'm gonna sign my extradition papers. I'm gonna go deal with them in Michigan. They was like, all right, well they'll come get you, and if they don't come get you, we'll let you go. So I had about 21 days for them to come pick me up, and they came and picked me up in like 6 or 7 days. So that was that. But anyway, since 2012, it's been very, very hard to get a job, land a job. By God's grace and mercy, He's been providing for me, giving me different situations and opportunities. And I'm so grateful for that. You know, even though I started a business, you need money flowing into the business until you could be able to have this business, generate income to use that money and take care of different things and have it pay different bills or whatever, right? Long story short, I work on myself because why would I spend time building somebody else's dreams when I have my own dreams and goals? That's the only thing about any business owner, why they don't succeed. That first year is so hard. They make mistakes. They don't have any business knowledge like I did, and I'm still learning. And another thing too is you have so much stuff to to look into. You got so much stuff to take care of. It's a lot of stuff to do, right? It's a hard work. You got to learn a lot of shit too. You got to pay your taxes. You got to be on top of all of this stuff. And the main thing people feel with their first year is they don't pay taxes. They don't file taxes. And why so? Because like me, I do it quarterly, which I thought it would be easier. Which now I really want to switch. I regret doing it. I'd rather do it annually. But it's like 3 months, basically every quarter, Q1, you know what I'm saying? That's the first quarter, you'll file taxes. We're in Q4 right now, the last quarter of the year. I have to file taxes before the end of December or I get penalized. And even if you are filing taxes or if you do it wrong, basically when you don't file, you get penalized. And those penalties be so much people can't pay it. So they basically lose their business. Some states penalize different prices. Like here in Michigan, they penalize sometimes 5,000, sometimes 7,000. Like, it's not no small chunk of change. And that's what it is. Like sometimes you paying the state more than you making. And it's not worth it at that point in time where people like, I'd rather just not have the business. And it is what it is, right? It's a hard thing to do to extend to lose. But nevertheless, I went through LegalZoom. I don't do the CPN and all of that stuff. I'm not listening to people who claim they know this and know that because they're scamming. And that's another thing too. When you're trying to do your thing, you're trying to move in a different route. You're not going to be met with positive vibes, with positive people. You're not going to be met with support. And that takes a lot of people off their game too because they're not receiving what they thought. Not everybody's going to be happy for you. Not everybody's going to see your vision. Not everybody's going to go with you. You're going to have to leave some people behind. And I've been adding other additions to Team Angie alone. Like, now I'm doing digital marketing through Team Angie. I still advocate for mental health. I still have products and services for those of you who are looking for tips and tools to manage stress and anxiety. I'm still pivoting from one thing to the next, but nevertheless, I'm still running my marathon. And I've been doing this digital marketing for 1 year and a few months now. And even with that, right, like what you don't know, you just don't know. I didn't know anything about any of this stuff. It was brought to my attention from somebody else who invest and hustle, right? So I'm thankful for that opportunities. Businessmen, I always sit at tables where we discuss business, where we discuss money opportunities, where we discuss creative ideas, right? I don't like to sit at tables where we gossiping about a nigga or a bitch or I'm saying, shit like that. I don't spend time doing stuff like that. I don't fuck with people like that. I don't have the time to chit chat. If we. That's why I had to take this call because if we talking about business and money, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got time for you. Like I told her, like, yeah, we can chat for a bit. But depending on what you talk about, like, shit, I gotta go. I don't got time to be just gossiping. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck all that. That's not bettering me. It's not leading me towards my future. If any motherfucker who got time for that, you're distracted and you're drifting because you're living with no passion and purpose. But it's been hard and it be hard. Like I was just telling y'all too. Like, you ever seen Fun with Dick and James, where he hit hard times, where the whole year filling out application. The first day was fun. You're not working, you off work, so you have a little time. You figure out what you like to do with your time. This is time freedom. I know exactly what I like to do with my time. I like to create sources of income. I have multiple streams of income. I teach you guys how to create your own digital products like I've done with my NFTs and my free blueprint below. You just stroll down my website and you'll see all of my digital art. But anyway, nevertheless, right? The first day, the first week, it's like, all right, now I'm getting tired of this shit. I'm ready to get busy. Month after month after month, no interviews. It's like, well, damn, I'm really tempted to go do something. But anyway, right? That's what it's been like for me all year, filling out Indeed, filling out Craigslist, filling out whatever the fuck I can, going to your company, going to your store. Do you have any positions I'm willing to work for little or nothing, even part time, right? It's hard. People will or they will not hire you depending on your background. I just had an interview last or 2 weeks ago. They making me feel like they're gonna hire me now when my background stuff come back. I don't hear anything. I haven't had anything happening in my life since the past 2.5 years. I haven't committed any new crimes. I haven't even caught any new. But yet and still, I'm being held back from my background, my previous decisions in life. Which, like I was showing y'all about black men, how we had these type of problems where the battle of the minds. I'm gonna tell you to go hustle, go hit a lick, kick the dope. But if you have no faith and trust in God, you will be led and tempted to do those things. That's why I always spend time in Christ because He's been guiding me all this year. It's not because I don't want to do anything, it's because I'm not given opportunity. So I'm having to create my own. And I just thank God for, continuously guiding me. And even when I was doing my thing, if I'm guarding my mind, I'm letting people in my life who don't need to be nosy motherfuckers, right? Monitoring spirits, motherfucker want to come see what you doing and get in your mix. You tell the wrong people your dreams and goals, they don't understand you. But later on, they come and tell you their dreams and goals, which is your dreams and goals. Like, get the fuck on with that shit. And I've dealt with a lot of that too. Like, people just in my mix, people throwing sticks and stones in this operation, but not being able to stop or break it. And just like I was telling you with my dreams, when God was telling me, like, you got two people you fuck with that ain't fucking with you the way that you think. They're the ones trying to stop this operation, but I got these guards, my authorities in position to help you continue to do what you're doing. That's what those police is about. Like, this is authority that the spiritual world has for me. Like, I didn't even know they was around that corner, but yet indeed they was there barricading, and I was protected, right? But God was telling me like, these people, look what they finna do, and look what they've been doing, and look what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, but whatever, right? I'm gonna just keep it moving. I'm gonna keep it grooving, hustle and flow, and keep doing what I'm doing. And just like with the YouTube, I ask people to collaborate with me. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to fuck with people. People don't always have the best intentions for you though, or they don't believe in you, or they're one of those monitoring spirits. They want to see how you do it, wait to see if you're successful, then they want to join the bandwagon. Like on my YouTube, right? People are like, oh, are you monetized or woo woo woo, all of this and that, right? I've been working and still working, and this is what I'm doing right now. I'm achieving my goals that I set for this year, which was to be monetized on YouTube to have another stream of income. And that's what I'm doing. And at first it was like I get no views. It was like it was been wild, right? It's been a whole year, just about. A few days I did skip because of my mental health and just so much shit going on, right? I don't like to be complaining all the time, but I be having a lot of shit going on. I wake up this morning from calls and calls and calls, like, quit calling my fucking phone. You know what I'm saying? Leave me the fuck alone. I'm not accessible like that. So I have to check people too and block that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody running the business, but my business ain't to be keep on bugging y'all. This business I work is automatic. I don't have to be calling motherfuckers. I don't be in y'all DMs. I'm not knocking on y'all doors. You know what I'm saying? Like my business don't consist of that shit. So if your business does, it's annoying to me. And therefore I'm not accessible. I had to tell people like I do like products and services, but when it comes with the annoyance, like yeah, it's time to, skedaddle. But yeah, you gotta protect your peace, man. Just because a motherfucker got something important going on, that don't mean that's my problem or my priority. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, you gonna have to wait in line like the rest of the motherfuckers if I decide to deal with you, you know what I'm saying? And just because I got a lot of stuff going on, everything that I got going on don't need my attention at the time. Some shit just gotta wait. And while it's waiting, if I can remember back to what I do, and if not, then I give it to God. Like, my plate is full. Delegating some of these tasks to you because that's what God wants us to do. And some of you think like, oh, I gotta handle everything. No, you don't. I just read this, and God was saying like, nigga, I made you to be in neediness of me. I know what you need. I have what you need. But what you don't have is faith and trust in me to supply your needs. So that's what I'm sending you through these situations, allowing these situations for you to spend time to really spend time with me. God isn't like punishing people because you're going through things because he's slowing your lifestyle down. He's trying to call you to spend time with him. Just like if you're in a relationship and you ain't talk to your girl or your man and they keep on calling and calling, they want to hear from you. They want to spend time with you, right? This is a longing in all people. Beware also of trying to pacify these longings with lesser gods, magic, voodoo, people, pleasing people, the president, everybody on 50 Cent dick because he got money, want to please him, uplift the nonsense that he's doing. Possessions. You think because you have $1 million, $1 billion, like that solve all problems? A lot of rich people in power. You see what people do to where they misuse and abuse power. Just like I was telling y'all how Obama was in power. He got a whole generation of gay people after him. I'm not knocking a community or whatever. I don't have any problems with y'all. But as a Christian, that's not how we become fruitful. And that's not what God has told us to do here on earth. So therefore, me being a Christian, me being a child of light, a child of God through Jesus Christ, I follow his commands. And if he tell us to be fruitful, he allow us to be fruitful. Why the fuck would I go against the grain? You know what I'm saying? To go against the creator. He said these things for a reason. These things are put in place for a reason. You can engage in these things and continue to indulge in these things. But guess what? A lot of sick people is only sick because of gay men, women who deal with gay men, or women who deal with animals. Those where the diseases come from. And we can sit here and debate. A lot of diseases coming from you gay men and you women who mess with gay men, or you doing weird things with animals. I mean, it is what it is, right? That's just my opinion, though. I'm not stating this to be fact, but this is how I see it. And of course, people Do what you please. But will, right? Know the logo, do what thou will. Alistair Crowley, all these people that tell you that go against the grain. It is what it is, right? You gotta think for yourself. If not, then the devil gonna give you thoughts to think. He gonna control you the same way that people manipulate energy. They're controlling people who don't think for themselves. They're easy to put this stuff on people who don't think for themselves. People who chase desires all day, every day. Stuff like that. And if you want more in detail about what I'm talking about, I encourage you to start reading. I read a lot. I just pulled up some articles that I'm not finna read. But if you want to know more about what I'm talking about, I encourage you to read Napoleon Hill book called Outwitting the Devil. This is the devil telling you exactly how he gets you. And he telling you the easiest way he do it, the most popular way he do it. And it's common sense. It's common sense. He used people in power. He used the schools to make sure the kids don't think for themselves. They be conditioned, uh, learned behavior. So it's just like this, right? For people don't think for themselves, learn behavior. This is why people believe things because they don't question things. Like they tell us the world is round, right? I never believed that. I always was like, well, if the world is round and I'm standing straight up right now, on the other side of that ball is upside down, especially if the world is spinning. How can somebody be going against gravity standing upside down? If I'm on the top of the world and then the world is spinning and it comes down, I should fall. Or the other people should fall. The world should be, less of people. That's why you'll go underground. And then if they say the world is like a snow globe, the snow globe has a flat bottom. So I mean, come on now. And then the another thing where I always thought about was like everybody say that we're under a dome. We have a dome, the Rayleigh's belt or whatever they call it. I don't know the scientific word for the dome that God said that He has around the Earth. A snow globe has a dome, right? But that dome has a base that it's attached to. The dome don't go all the way around. If the world is a snow globe or a globe, that motherfucker got a bottom. It got a flat piece, right? So that I always thought about that type of stuff. Like, I don't believe that. But when you're indoctrinated, you don't question things. You're easy to believe whatever the world tells you. So that's the difference between me and being a believer. I'm not a believer of anything. I question things, and if I can't find it to be true, it's not nothing I need to be thinking about or worrying about. I am a seeker of truth. My truth don't have to be your truth. Two things can be true at the same time. But yeah, when you don't question things, you're being conditioned to think however the world wants you to think. And whenever you align with the world, that's a big red flag because this world is a fallen place. The gates to hell is wide open and the world is running in a fast pace. But the gates to heaven is small and narrow. It's a hard choice to choose every day to be different than the world, to choose to be holy, meaning set apart from the world. My messages don't get put out, they don't be pushed to the forefront because I speak the truth. But eventually the truth is going to find its way. And like I was saying, with my goal as far as what I'm doing right here, right now, it started off with nothing. Just the past week, this past month, I've been seeing like 11 people check out my stuff. Like, what I'm saying, on a consistent now, it's like, well, damn. What if I would have gave up a few months ago? Those people would have never been able to see my stuff. And thank God I'm doing it the way that I'm doing it because I got cool videos. You know what I'm saying? You could binge watch my shit for 4 months. And then you'll never be done because I dropped so many videos. But anyway, I got a lengthy collection. This year I've been busy, right? I got over 300 articles. I mean, not articles, blog, but they articles. I wrote 300 different blogs just this year. I've been doing this and a little bit last year. So it's basically like one a day. Plus, I skipped a few days or whatever, right? I started blogging last year, like probably around November. Maybe, maybe not. I'll have to go look through my catalog. But anyway, I have three different platforms where I have digital art. One of them I got like 80 some creations art. Another one I got like 75, and then my NFTs I got like 24. I just created another one like 2 months ago. Also, I created cryptocurrency, the Tay tokens, Team Angie. Let me show y'all my memoir. Hold on real quick. But yeah, I've been, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, working on my craft, getting rid of the distractions, you know? Like, a lot of motherfuckers like to hit me up, watch my page and all this and that, act like they finna fuck with me to mislead me and distract me. A lot of weirdos. I didn't notice a lot of that this year and last year. Like, I had to stop fucking with a lot of people because their intentions weren't good. But not only that, it's like shit. You don't know who or what, why people come to you. And the thing about fame, fortune, clout, like it's easy to give it up, especially if you're receiving the attention that you don't want. Like that's what was going on with people coming in. They draining my energy. They vamped. So I had to block a lot of people, quit fucking with a lot of people, and it is what it is. And I'm so glad I did that. Like my views went down, my support went down, but the people was coming for something, which I don't blame them. Get it how you live, but not for me. Not for me. I give willingly. Don't come taking from me, because then I won't fuck with you. So what they was doing was like they was trying to be slick, but I'm protected. I'm insightful than a motherfucker. So I allow certain shit to go on because it's me helping you. It's like God telling me, like, yo, I put you in position. This what these people need. They finna come through. Deal with it correctly, right? I've been advocating for mental health because it's important to know how to be emotional intelligent and not allowing every situation to affect you negatively. I spend a little time before I react and respond. And sometimes uh, I don't respond at all. Like, fuck, I don't put no energy and effort into entertaining some bullshit. But you got to protect your peace, protect your energy. Just because you're getting a lot of views, you got to make sure who's coming through those views. I'm saying you got to make sure who's coming through those comments. You got to be cleaning this up, right? You got to show your flow. Can't let anybody come in and follow what you got going on just because you think they supporting you or they watching you or it's a view, it's a like a comment, whatever the fuck, right? That's why my stuff depleted so much because I blocked a lot of people, took a lot of people off my business page, took a lot of people off my personal page, took a lot of people off my educational page. They coming through trolling, they coming through with a lot of trolls or whatever, right? And some of my people's going with them because they using my name when I'm asleep, going live, saying this, that. Like, don't attach yourself to me. You haven't been in the trenches with me. You haven't been on ground zero building this up. So I don't need you coming along like we've been partner to partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck on. And that's what was going on. That's why I had to fall back a little bit and kind of control how my shit was going. And then I got people, it could be family, friends, whoever, whatever. They come through, see what I got going on, try to say little shit like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you could be doing this or you could be doing that. You could be minding your fucking business and keep doing what you're doing and go be happy. You feel me? I'm happy with what I do. Whether I'm successful right away or not, I don't care about that stuff. My journey is my journey. And I'm not on your timing with my journey. I mean, if you want to see me doing better, you can eventually help me, obviously, right? But that just goes to show about people pleasing. Like, I don't give a fuck what you people think about me and my shit and what I do and how I do it. Therefore, a lot of people will run away from that too because they can't dictate how the fuck I do stuff. Like a power tripper. Like I was just showing y'all like these signs and symbols of the enemy. I'm gonna read it one more time for those who just coming in. Be aware also trying to pacify these longings with lesser gods, people, possessions, power. We are often carefully crafted for the longings of incompleteness to point us to God. Therefore, we should not deny these feelings, but beware of trying to pacify these feelings. If you're inadequate, feeling incompetent, you can't fucking do shit, just call on Christ. That's what he's saying, right? It's times where I feel the exact same way. It's times where I don't know my way. I don't know what's next because of all of this distractions, all of the energy vampires, all of the naysayers, all of the monitoring spirits. You know what I'm saying? That shit is draining. But you be wrapped up in this stuff if you have no power or protection. If you don't spend time with Christ, giving him your problems so he can fight for you. I could fight physically, but this not my battle. You gotta pick and choose your battles. My battle is to guard my mind from the negative thoughts and the negative influences, right? I don't spend time listening to a lot of garbage rap. I don't watch a lot of rated R movies. I don't want to hear a lot of that bull. I don't want to see a lot of that crap. Um, Gay people making love and all, like, I don't want to see that shit. That's why I never really watched Snowfall. That's why I never really watch a lot of movies, because that gay shit, I ain't with it. I don't respect it. But I'm not gonna disrespect gay people. That's one thing I'm not gonna do. I feel how I feel. I stand on what I'm standing on. But that don't give me the right to disrespect at all, you know. I'm just letting it be known. Like, I don't approve of that message. I'm not here to tear anybody down. You do as you please, right? You have to answer for your choices. Whether you end up affected, because all of these commercials just warning people like, yo, you can live with AIDS. Let's go to a swinger party because all of us are infected and we should be enjoying our infections. That's what that stuff is about. These swinger parties in Florida, California, Texas, um, you know where they be going on in Atlanta. These are high HIV areas. People won't tell you about that though, right? There's an AIDS epidemic going on this year. So yeah, you know, like going out to have fun, chasing desires, it comes with stuff. You got to be mindful. You got to be mindful of who you fucking with and why you fucking with them. Running around chasing after people, that's not life, right? That's called drifting. You don't have any passion or purpose, and you have time to be doing shit like that. That's when you notice you're aligned with the world. If you're not spending time to better yourself and to help better this world, you're a part of the problem. What I do is spend time putting out awareness and putting out education, motivation, inspiration. Ignorance is a bliss. Once you don't want to hear the truth and you decide to carry on with what you know that you want to do, people have fun being ignorant. That's why it's so blissful, right? Until it's not fun anymore. Until you have a reality check like, oh shit, you know, feeling dumb, looking dumb because you're ignorant. You know better, you do better. When I was a child, I think like a child, I act like a child, and so forth and so on. But as I became older and wiser, I put those childish things away. So I don't have time to play with motherfuckers. I don't have time for that Be quiet. But yeah, dog, I ain't finna sit here and preach to y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. This is just my motivation to y'all. I didn't want to go this route, but it is what it is at this point because I don't pre-plan my life. I don't pre-plan anything. The call kind of threw me off a bit for what I was talking about before, but I didn't want to hold you guys. You know, I didn't want to hold you guys. This is some of my art that I've created too. So y'all think I'm capping. You see this a lot. I made this nigga start walking in the purple sea. Let me show y'all some of my stuff because I'm proud of my stuff. Like, I get busy. I'm dope with this shit. I done turned the game up. I done raised the bar higher. Like, the bar ain't my child, but I raised that motherfucker high. Changed the game on top motherfuckers about NFTs and talk y'all about. Hold on real quick. What I want to show y'all is my other stuff that y'all could use, make it as a poster, pillowcase, a coffee mug, a blanket. Hold on, I'm finna show y'all my stuff because I haven't seen in a while, but I'm gonna get back to it. But like I was saying, like certain shit just gotta wait. Like I don't have time to be doing this. I just dropped a newsletter and blog yesterday. I saw like a few of y'all checked it out or whatever, whatnot. But for the rest of y'all, join my email list. The link is to see what we got going on. Also, if you want those blogs and stuff like that, I put the blog inside the newsletter. I'm not sure. I don't know. But like with these attacks on Facebook ain't got stories. That bullshit that I did. We were trying to move my way, right? What that was about. And he said about that shit. So I'm not. But if I tell him I won't attack, I won't vengeance, oh motherfucker, done with it. Oh yeah, let me go to my creations real quick. He'll do that. Oh yeah. But hold on. So many decisions. I'm about to do this and get busy real quick though before they go away. But y'all see some of my artwork, right? Like, look at my shit. Then y'all like, I did this. You just synced it. This is what I wanted to show y'all. How I turned it into digital art, right? And he'll be walking around and stuff like that. Like my shit, I done up the level on this. How many pictures I have on this one? Hold on. So it ain't gonna say, but you know, like shit, go ahead, check it out. Creations. I know y'all be seeing this on. Matter of fact, look, I just used one of these for my cover photo for my thumbnail. Actually, not cover photo, my thumbnail, because it is a difference. People like to be politically correct and shit like that. If you know what I'm talking about, I do mess up time because I am human. Half of this world is fucking to have not even human. Motherfuckers be weird, dog. Like just landed on Earth, child. But it's low. Like this is one of my best pictures right here, right here. And then this one I use eyes. But yeah, sell though. Like I don't spend time doing no free shit except for the live mentoring. You got to be a part of my group. Y'all seen this one plenty of times. I use this from time to time. Like some of this y'all be looking at like, oh, I created these images from my creative genius. But anyway, yeah. It's not you probably look at it like, oh, he using that image. No, I'm creating this shit. So yeah, you know. If you want to check this in the bio, everything you need to know right there. All of my products and programs. So yeah, if you want to check it out for yourself, you go ahead. I'm not gonna spend no more time on this. I'm actually on some information that do some personal stuff I like. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Happy Monday. May this week be a blessing each past day. And also, so that this will help push the algorithm. You like, comment, and subscribe. It's free, right? But anyway, nevertheless, just here to tell you all and encourage you all to be empowered. Let your voice be heard. Dreams do come true. Only and what you don't know, you just don't know. Give yourself some space. About the next day, a fully grown tree or a reef, lime trees, pines,